we are using this technology in more, and
taught a very good experience. I get I was very much interested in learning digital marketing course for a very long period of time, but I don't get a
Hello guys, I'm Vikram Mahajan and I'm studying in Swami Vivekananda Institute of Technology College, and I came across a training program which was mobile app development using Flutter, which was given to us by XLR Solutions. I came across this program through my college faculty who told us about this program, that it is a very good course and you should enroll in this course. So I enrolled in this course, and initially I felt really good about this course because they started everything from a very basic point of view, that even if someone who doesn't know anything about Flutter or anything about mobile app development can also learn the same way the ones who know about it are learning. So no student was left behind and everyone was given equal attention. All the doubts throughout the course were cleared. And if we had any questions also, we were like, the trainer was also ready to stay for a longer time than it was scheduled, even for the sake of doubts. So that shows how important the students are to them. So it was a really good experience with XLR's program, and by the end of the training program, I was able to develop my own application. And through the development also, there was another point. So our sir taught us about how we can connect our own mobile phone to our laptop and write code in our laptop, and you can see the output in your phone, which was really creative and interesting for me. I felt really good about that. So in the end, I developed my own mobile application. I showed it to my mother, I showed it to my friends. I felt really good about it. So I would really suggest XLR. I would recommend it to all my friends to take courses from here, as they focus on the children, focus on the students, and they focus on what's necessary, that is the students' doubts gets cleared and everything else. So today I came down to the XLR office to collect my certificate. So I got to know about what other courses XLR is offering. It included data analysis, data analyst, social media marketing, and full stack Java, and many more courses which were interesting, and they gave us an insight of how everything happens. And they take you through the course from the starting of the course to the end, and what next, that is placements as well. How you should be going into the interviews and how you should be approaching to companies, your resume building, and there were so many things which XLR is going to help you in, and they are ready to give you all the knowledge required even if you are a beginner. So I really felt good about this visit, and I would really recommend XLR to everyone who's listening to this, and also to all my friends, that I had a very good experience with XLR, and I would suggest you to experience the same. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Satish and I am from Swami Vivekananda Institute of Technology. I am here to share my experience about XLR program. I took part in the XLR program that was conducted in the last month about the mobile app development using Flutter. What I liked the most about this session was the trainer started from the scratch. That means even the beginner who don't know about the basics of the program, even they can learn the most from this program. It gave me hands-on experience by developing a project which was the final outcome. Thank you XLR for giving me this opportunity, and I would also recommend all my friends to take part in the XLR programs. Thank you.
Yeah, hello everyone. My name is Tasneem. I'm the senior manager at 98 percentile in the HR department. And today we did a wonderful drive with XLR. It was amazing right from the very beginning, from the very first day when I got in touch with them till today. I think it was an extremely smooth journey with them. There were multiple follow-ups done by the representatives in order to check that we would be, what time we would be coming, how many people would be coming, what vehicle we would get. To that extent, they were so precise in giving all the information to us. It was extremely great to get associated with them and have a drive at XLR campus. So we are very, very happy that we got a chance to do this. Now, coming to the students, what XLR had, I think they were extremely enthusiastic. They were well prepared. They were aware of what they are coming for. I think there was some back-end preparation which they did that was commendable. They also were very confident, and they were open to any kind of thing we were asking them to do. That was I think the best part. Now, I really hope we have a very, very fruitful association with each one of them and XLR in future. We are really looking forward to have many more drives like this.
Hi everyone, my name is Prachi Sharma and I'm the Senior Project Manager for IT Department at 90th percentile. So today we were here for this IT bootcamp, right, this technical drive and at XLR. So it was a great experience, and I would feel that the students, they are the freshers, right, but it doesn't seem like that. So if I talk about their technical and cognitive ability, they all seems pretty good in that, and that's what I felt. And I guess they have been taught pretty well at XLR, so that's how they have performed good in their aptitude and the technical tests. So I wish them very all the best, and it was a very great experience over here.
Hi, this is Patan, Technology Consulting Manager from 98th Percentile. We visited XLR for the campus placement drive and it went very well today. Miss Ambika, Miss Pragati, everyone received us greatly here and we had a lot of enjoyable time here. The students even had great experience with us. They were interactive, they had good aptitude and all the technological skills they showed. I think they were all well and we really appreciate their time that they spared to us and I think we will be doing a great job. We are expecting a lot of people to be hired from them. Let's see. It was a great experience altogether.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
From entering into the cyber tower to exiting out of this tower, the XLR team has been received me with such a care and pleasure.
I am the part of this XLR since 4 months. From the third month itself, they have conducted the placement sessions from the third month itself, and this is the fourth month, and this is the 98th percentile is one of the placement drive I have attended so far, and attending to this drive is such a good experience for me. All the HRs and the team made us feel very comfortable and confident.
XLR helped me a lot and I experienced a lot of things today. So I'm really hope to be placed in that company. I'm confident about that. Thank you.
Good evening, all. Hope all are doing great. So, we'll start the session. Today we have our trainer Rajesh. So, Rajesh, you can take up the class. Hello, Rajesh, are you there? Yes, students, today we have class, okay? So don't think about that. Yeah, he will start within 2 minutes. Please wait. So, Siddhi, there were glitch in yesterday class. I can't feel my attendance. What will I do? So today, you can't able to mark yesterday's attendance. Today I will share attendance at 8:30. Okay, please wait.
Hello. Chandana, am I audible?
Yes, Rajesh, you are audible now.
Perfect, perfect.
Yeah, you can take over the session.
Okay, thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, everyone. So good evening, everyone. So welcome back to Salesforce development program here. So let me share my screen. Fine. So I think Chandana, you can start recording. It's not recordable here. So fine then. So what are the things we learned yesterday? So we learned, so what's the functionality of client companies doing and the development companies doing here, right? We have seen the multiple example for the client companies and development companies here. I hope it is visible. I mean, screen is visible and audible to everyone. Okay, let me know if you're not. Right, fine. So we learned what is cloud computing, but how this cloud computing is useful for Salesforce here. So that's what I said, right? So Salesforce is the company which will build the applications which works on the concept called cloud computing. That is the most important basic thing we require. At the same time, cloud computing is providing three different types of services. Okay, so one will go. This is something we'll talk about this benefits of cloud computing later now. Okay, so one is SaaS, PaaS, IaaS, and the SaaS stands for software as a service, PaaS stands for platform as a service, and IaaS stands for infrastructure as a service. I hope yesterday we learned what is SaaS is doing and what is PaaS is doing and what is IaaS is doing here. Right? Fine. So these are the points we learned it yesterday for the SaaS, right? And the PaaS here, the platform as a service, like with the help of platform. So we are going to build applications. You require to have different kind of a teams. You require it kind of a development team, testing team, designing team, deployment team, right? Fine, fine. That's very good actually. And when it comes to the infrastructure as a service, kind of related to the network, storage, servers, being on demand and everything. So on premise, on demand, right? On premise is something like which is going to be installed and compatible to the respective system. But on demand is something like a cloud. You don't require any kind of installations over there. Got it? Fine. So that was the difference between on demand and on premise. Yesterday I said something like off premise. Instead of off premise, we'll go with the on demand, on premise. Okay, fine. And out of the three services here, which service is being supported by the Salesforce. That is very important. So this is something like a Gartner chart here. So this Gartner chart is something like every year they'll take all the analytics part. So which service being provided by the company, everything and all. Here you can clearly see here, it's a magic quadrant being given by the Gartner company. Okay, it's a US based MNC here, multinational company. Okay, and you can check it out. Salesforce being is the first over there in the leaders as compared to the service, Pegasystem, Microsoft, Caspio, Kinton, Zoho, Oracle, Appians, everything. Okay, so we understood why sales have become very popular. So that's what, right? Without using a code itself, we can build an application. Even that application, you can use it over there in the desktop and laptop and mobile also and tablet also. So that is what more ecosystem of Salesforce will get. And again, Salesforce supports for, like this is one of the icons here. One of the icons, it's Einstein icon here. One of the icons in Salesforce here. So Salesforce supports for SaaS and PaaS here. Okay, so now today we'll learn about more interesting points. At which stage of SaaS supports by Salesforce and at which stage of PaaS supported by the Salesforce here. Like basically what is SaaS here? Like there is an application already installed over there in the cloud. And we are utilizing all those applications. Let's say something like we are not installing this Book My Show application, but I can able to access. I can able to book the movie. I have one more interesting one, like my favorite, Swiggy. Right? I don't want to go for a restaurant for having a food. I can do online order. Do you think all these applications been installed in my laptop or desktop or anywhere over there? No, it is not. Let's keep for the mobile, okay? Right? Currently, we will just talk about desktop related and laptop related applications, everything. Right? So that is what SaaS here. So here my question is that how Salesforce is providing SaaS, how Salesforce is providing a PaaS. So that is what we'll have here called SaaS in Salesforce. So Salesforce having its own applications, its own tools related to what? Related to the CRM. That is CRM here. So what is CRM stands for? CRM, it's introduction one. It's a brief introduction to the CRM. It is something that we have a separate module for CRM itself. You don't want to worry about that. Okay, let's try to make you understand what is CRM is going on. I mean, how the CRM is helping for the Salesforce, everything on. Okay, so CRM stands for Customer Relationship Management. CRM stands for Customer Relationship Management. So what this department is doing, so what this customer relationship management is doing for the business, yes, it is helping to the customer about the marketing kind of advertisements. Let's say, let us say, I would like to give an example, not by the theory actually. Let us something like I came to know about iPhone 16 Pro. So that is going to be the latest release from the iPhone, Apple, right? How would I know about this iPhone 16 Pro? Kind of through the different advertisements. Okay. Right? Kind of hoardings, television ads, newspaper ads, YouTube ads, Facebook ads, Instagram ads, any kind of social media network ads, everything. So through that only, I just came to know that, okay, so there is a company, Apple, they are going to release, they're going to launch the iPhone 16 Pro around the world, right? Okay, fine. So I just went to the Google and I searched for what are the features of iPhone, specifications, camera, storage. What is the new latest release over there in the updates over there in the iPhone and all. Okay, good. the final point, right? The final point is that I need to check for my budget whether it is adaptable to, I can buy it, the mobile or not, kind of the price. That's for budget here. Okay, it is, I can able to afford it. That's fantastic. But where in India, where I want to buy this mobile? So in two modes we can buy. One is that we can directly go to the retail shops, kind of outlets, we'll call it as outlets, like you. So currently in India, we'll have ice stations everywhere in every city. There you can go there, you can check it out, the specifications and features. You can physically, you can check it out each and everything and all. If you like it, you'll go and buy it. Or else we have the online applications. That's we'll call it as e-commerce applications. Okay, this is something like a technical term here again. E-commerce applications, like e-commerce application is something like online marketing where you can buy it and sell it. Like we have in India, kind of Amazon, Flipkart, Myntra. Even we have the Apple store itself, Apple online stores. Yes, we have. Okay, so again, you'll log into Amazon application, you'll check it out the specifications and features, the budget, everything under, you'll purchase it, fine. So this department, we'll call it as sales department. This advertise department, we'll call it as what? Marketing department. Okay, fine. Marketing, sales, fantastic. So once after purchasing, I'm sorry, from the Amazon or Flipkart and all, right? If you're facing some kind of an issues with your mobile, right? So will you go and ask something like Amazon, okay, I purchased from you, so you should provide the service and everything under? If you bought your mobile from Amazon application under, no, you can't. So what do? You'll go to the Apple store and you'll purchase it. I'm sorry. Okay. You'll go there, you'll submit your mobile. So the technician, the Apple technician, service center technician, they'll check it out what is an issue. They'll take some time and they'll rectify your problem and they will. So this department, we'll call it as service department. So overall, what is CRM is doing here? Okay, so it is maintaining three different departments here. One is marketing, second one is sales, and third one is service. So you should able to note it here that marketing, the company here, example is a business is something like Apple, right? Apple is doing marketing to whom? To the customers, not for Apple employees and everything. It's for customers. Again, through Amazon, through Flipkart, through Myntra, through Apple, online stores or iStations or Apple stores and everything under. Through them, they are providing kind of sales to whom again? Again, it is to the customer only. So marketing for customer, sales for customer, and again service also to whom? To the customer. Do you think only one person is going to buy the mobile under going for service also only? There are multiple customers. It will be then the lakhs and millions. So then the world, around the world, I'm saying. So in that sense there, so the customer going for the marketing, sales, and service, everything on top. So that is what the concept called customer relationship management here. Basically, it is if you're from the back management studies and all, you'll be, but basically it is not a subject, it is a concept. It's a concept over there in the business here. Customer relationship management here. Do you think that customer relationship management is only adapted by the Salesforce? No, it is not. I'm again saying, right? CRM is a concept. Anyone can adopt it. Sorry. Am I clear? So that is what customer relationship management is. Why we are talking about all these things here? Why? Because Salesforce is a company. So by default, they are having all these applications here. For example, you are a business guy. You want to do some kind of a sales. Like let us simply you have a mobile store. Okay. So you want to maintain the customer details and the purchase details, right? And the profit details, loss details, and kind of a deadlines, timings, and everything under. If you want to do kind of a software things, yes, Salesforce by default it is having its own applications to the CRM. So that is what marketing, sales, service, and community applications, and number of things we have it in Salesforce here. But these are all by default Salesforce is providing those. So the today's first point is that Salesforce support for SaaS, that SaaS comes under the part of CRM applications. In our training, we are going to learn what is the functionality of sales application, marketing application, service application in Salesforce here. Again, I'm saying underline it without the coding itself, how these applications are working here. How much functionality being given by the Salesforce here. Now you can ask me a question. Can we customize these applications like marketing and sales and service application? Yes, you can. Yes, we can. It is a customizable that. Am I clear? And the second point is that Salesforce supports for PaaS also, right? So let us see what Salesforce having this PaaS there. So Salesforce by default having the CRM application in the part of the SaaS, right? Again, Salesforce is providing the platform also. Right? Earlier, the name of the platform was force.com. Force.com. The name of the platform was force.com. Right? But for years and all, right? It's the platform is upgraded. Now currently we are calling the platform as Lightning Platform. Lightning Platform is the name of the platform being provided by the Salesforce. Okay, so basically what platform means? So with the help of platform, you will start building the applications. It might be a development. If you want to write kind of a programming, yes, you can do that. Even if you want to write a program, you require a platform. Right? You want to automate some data, yes, definitely you require a platform for it. So without platform, so definitely you can't do anything. Am I clear? So with this Lightning platform, I think yesterday also someone asked me, many people asked me there. So with this platform, what kind of applications we used to build? So we can build the CRM applications, business or enterprise applications. Like all these are business and enterprise applications. Book My Show, Swiggy, IRCTC, right? Likewise. This all comes under the part of business or enterprise applications. And we can build the integration applications. You'll be understanding what is the meaning of integration and all, but for suggestion, I can suggest some points out here for integration. So generally, I want to, okay, so I want to book a movie ticket. Do you think the Book My Show is providing a free tickets for watching a movie? No, it is not. So you'll select the seats. Sorry, you'll select the movie, right? You'll select the seats, positions, and everything and all, kind of a top row, middle row, bottom rows, everything, everywhere, whichever you like it. But as it is not a free of cost, right? So you need to go for payment. You should go for kind of online payments, everything, all kind of internet banking, right? Bharat Pay, like Paytm, Phone Pay, credit cards. Through the credit also you can pay it. But how do let us say something like Book My Show, how do the Book My Show will understand that the payment you are going to do through the State Bank of India or SBI, right? HDFC, Axis Banks, and all. So that is what here. That is what the meaning of integration. Why? Because Book My Show is communicating to the banking applications. This is an example just giving you for understanding of what is integration means. Integration is something like communication between two or more applications here. Here in this example, how the Book My Show is communicating with the banking applications like State Bank of India, HDFC, Axis, and all. So that's connecting our communication comes under is known as integration here. So with the help of Lightning platform, which is provided by the Salesforce also, with more right. So this is what their second point here. So Salesforce support for SaaS for what? So by default, Salesforce having the CRM applications like marketing application, sales application, service application. And again, Salesforce is providing a platform. It's having its own platform. With the help of that platform, yes, we can able to build a CRM applications, business applications, integration applications. Yeah. But not gaming applications and multimedia applications. Am I clear? Right? Fantastic. So far, how many points we learned? So first point is that Salesforce works on the cloud computing concept. And Salesforce supports for SaaS and PaaS. SaaS is meant for the CRM applications in the Salesforce. And the PaaS is something like the Lightning platform. With the help of Lightning platform, we can able to build the CRM, business, and integration applications. Fine. So let's go to the next point. Okay. I would like to skip this anyway. Okay, let's move on this one also. Even this is also very important. This is something like a life cycle of buildings at those days, not 1990s and all. Let us say something like I have an application here. Okay, let me go with the Book My Show. Let me stick to the application. It's a Book My Show. Right, in 1990s and all, we don't have, I don't know how many people about 1990s kids and all actually, right? So basically at those days we don't have all these applications and software and all. So generally when you want to watch a movie, so we should go to the theater, you should stand in the queue. So whenever your opportunity comes, you'll pay it, go there, watch it, enjoy the show, and come back to home. This is what the process of watching the movie in the theaters and all. But currently, if you want to go for any kind of a movie here in India, I don't want to go for it directly. To buy the tickets, and I have the application called Book My Show. So from my in my sitting position itself, I can book it, right? So directly I can go to the theater. You can take the popcorn and watch the show, enjoy it, and come back to the. So how easily being automated nowadays? But at those days, when I want to build an application, I think that is the first slide yesterday we spoke about actually. Again, why? Because at those days, we need to purchase the software, And we need to purchase the hardware. Hardware means computers. Like we need to check for the configuration like RAM, ROM, processor, operating system, everything under. That's the first headache actually. That was the very first headache. After that, we need to install software. Any kind of, there are multiple softwares we have to build the application at those days. Even that software should be compatible with the whatever the configuration of the PC you purchased. Okay, fine. Right. So how many people are going to work on this application, the software under? You'll have a admin team, you'll have a testing team, you'll have a designing team, you'll have a deployment team. Yes, of course. So finally, with the help of the software, you need to provide the access to user access. That's we'll call it as user access. So once the application is done, you'll test it with the multiple inputs, positive testing, negative testing, neutral testing, everything done. With single data, with multiple data and everything under. Again, you need to build the security for it. Kind of data level security, application level security, everything you need to provide it. Why? Because whatever the movie tickets I purchased, I bought it, it should not be visible to others, right? It's my personal data. So it's supposed to be not to visible to others. That's a data level security. What kind of permissions been given to the application? Kind of notifications, right? App logs, all these comes under the part of application level security and all. So even all these things you need to provide for the application and data. So once it's done, if you want to provide kind of a linking with any kind of a social media, like Facebook's, Instagrams, everything and all, you can do that. So once the application is built, fine. So we'll write it over in the CD or DVD and we'll deploy it to the client. So deployment is something like, the meaning of deploy is something like a process of moving the application from one environment to the another environment. We have a separate slide for it for understanding the deployment here. Okay, so this is not the correct time to talk about the deployment. This is the life cycle of building, the traditional approach of building applications here. But when it comes to the Salesforce standard model here, right? You got an idea? Okay. Build the application, come to Salesforce, build the application, deploy the application, use it through your mobile, use it through your laptop, desktop, tabs, everything under. Why? Because that's what yesterday we talked about, right? Salesforce itself having all the tools, kind of the tools related to the design, kind of a tool related to this testing, kind of a tool related to the development, kind of writing a program. That's what development. You have different tools for configuration, for security, everything in Salesforce itself. You don't want to go for any kind of third-party software. You don't require it. Everything in the Salesforce itself. Yes, you want to provide security for application. Okay, Salesforce having. I want to design my application like Book My Show, like anything, any application. Swiggy. Yes, Salesforce having its own design system itself. Sorry. Okay, fine. So you got an idea, build application and deploy the application to the client. That's it. So this is what the comparison between the Salesforce application model to the traditional approach of building application. Why? Because in Salesforce here, do you think we require to install any kind of a software to build an application? No. Why? Because the platform itself on the cloud itself. Apologies. The platform itself being built in the cloud itself. So you build an application, deploy it to the client, use it over there in the cloud itself. Then, so when you're working on the cloud, do you require to have something like a compatible issues like RAM, ROM, processor, operating system? You don't require it. Why? Because Salesforce works on what concept? cloud computing concept, right? So you don't require it. So that's what the difference, the challenges between the traditional approaches of building application to the Salesforce application model. So this is the fourth point. Okay, so far from yesterday onwards. I hope you understood, right? Fine. Let's go to the next point. This is very important here. Okay. So here, Salesforce follows, okay, or runs on the architecture. What is this architecture called? Multi-tenant architecture. Got it? So what is the meaning of multi-tenant architecture? So let me split this. The word called multi-tenants. Multi means what? Multiples, many, right? Tenants means what? Neighbors. Like I have given an example over here. This is something like a single store apartment here. There are different houses over here. Kind of 2 BHK, 3 BHK, single BHK and all. But in the first in single apartment itself, you'll have different types of rooms. I mean, homes here. 2 BHK, 3 BHK, 4. You might be over there in the 2 BHK, 3 BHK, or 1 BHK, doesn't matter here. But the current supply, now I'm not talking about the power bill, something, okay. The power supply to all the home will be unique. I mean, same only. The parking, if you're 3 BHK means you'll get something like three different locations of parking and all. No, it is not, right? Everyone will have a common resource. These are all we'll call it as a common resources. The power supply, water supply, the maintenance, the parking. If you're there in the communities and all, greater communities and all, you'll have the what do you call it? The gaming zone, everything and all. All these are common resources. You might be staying over there in the single BHK or 2 BHK, 3 BHK, doesn't matter. These are the common resources for it. Common resources shared across all the people. But one thing is very exclusive. What is that? Your dedicated space. If you're staying in 2 BHK, that dedicated space is only meant for you. If you're staying in 3 BHK, so that dedicated space is meant for you, only exclusive for you. So that's what called multi-tenant architecture. In a simple words, in a single apartment, all the people who is staying in that single apartment having the common resources like power supply, water supply, maintenance, parking, gaming zones, everything, all the environments over there. These are all common resources who are staying on in that apartment. But the dedicated space is exclusive, only meant for you itself. Apologies. In simple words, I have given an example of definition for it. In a single organization, here the organization is an apartment having common features and exclusive features shared across all the users. Shared across all the users. Am I clear? Right? So we learn about this multi-tenant architecture in simple words, right? Let's go with some kind of a technical. Okay. So multi-tenants means here, technically speaking, these tenants, we'll call it as users. Users. So multiple users architecture here. Let me give you an example technically. How many people are using Gmail application? Everyone, right? You know about Gmail application. Do you think the Google is meant, manufacture or develop an application for me alone? No, it is meant for everyone, right? So Google Gmail is having its own features over here. But everyone will have the common resources, something like a inbox, sent, draft. Okay. Okay. But whatever the mails are received, whatever the mails I have it over there, is it something like the same we'll have? No, it is not. So every Gmail user having the common features like inbox, draft, sent, spam, recycle bin, right? All these are common to everyone, every Gmail user. But the exclusive part is something like the mails, whichever you received, it is not the same for everyone. Whatever the pictures, whatever the photos, the documents, PDFs, right, which you uploaded in your Google Drive or in the Gmail, it is your certifications and anything under. It's exclusive for you only, right? So can we say something like a Gmail is works on the multi-tenant architecture? Yes, it is. Why? Because it is having the same features. Even say tenant architecture, even Salesforce also having the common features as well as the exclusive features. You will be understanding that while you're learning technical here. Clear? So before that, we used to have single tenant and single tenants and all. Okay, so I think I would like to skip this one actually. So again, Salesforce works on cloud computing. Salesforce runs on multi-tenant architecture. Salesforce supports for SaaS and PaaS and all, right? Fine. So all these points are very important while you're learning Salesforce. Right? Fine. So let's go to the next point here. So what next we have here? What is the next point we need to learn? Yes, that is something like called MVC pattern. MVC pattern. MVC stands for model. Okay, let me stands for. Okay, so M stands for model. V stands for view. C stands for controller. Model, view, control. Right? Let's say let's learn what is this model meaning, what it is doing, what is view, what is controller. Okay, so model is something like kind of a database. What is the meaning of database here? Which means that it is used to store the data. It is used to store the data. So that is what model is doing here. Kind of your hard disk in your laptops and desktops. It is a storage element, right? Likewise, model is something like a storage element. Let me write it. Storage element, which is used to store the data. So what is the meaning of view? View is something like access the application. Okay. Like I can able to use this application. But to use this application, what do you require? You require to have a browser. Without browser, can you able to access this application? I can able to use this application. But where you're using? In a browser, you require to have a browser. Without a browser, can you able to Is it possible to use this application? No, it is not. So view is something like where you are utilizing the application kind of this. Right? And the third one called controller. So what is this controller meaning is that, okay, so controller, we'll call it as a server. We'll call it as in general terms, we'll call it as a server. So this is what the pattern of MVC, I'm sorry, stands for MVC. M stands for model, V stands for view, C stands for control. I can give you an example. Okay. So we are from okay, so we are from different universities, right? For every university, once you're completing of your examinations and all, you're going to check your result over there, right? So let us say something like, okay, I'll do one thing. So you'll go to respective university. Okay, so I'm from NIT. Okay, I'll go to the portal of NIT. I'll go for year. So 2008 batch means, okay, I'll go to 2008 batch. Right, I'll enter my hall ticket number. Where I'm entering all these hall ticket numbers, everything under where I'm using the application. Again, you should go to the browser only. You should go to the browser, open the open your right. You just go there and check it out for the results. Go to the column called results. Click on there. What select your batch and everything and all. Fine. So finally, we'll get a page here to enter the hall ticket number. If I say something like I'll enter my hall ticket number. Okay, 534267 sorry 76 something 53427267 okay, so this is my hall ticket number. If I enter, there will be you'll have a button over there. You'll have a button. Okay, you'll have a submit button. So when I click on the submit button, I entered something like this is my hall ticket number. If I click on submit, what I'll get? I'll get the result, my subjects and everything. Like I'll get something like a what do you call it? Subject code, subject name. Okay. If you're from person, I mean marks or CGPA or GPA and all, you'll get some GPA and you'll have the status of it. The status is something like a okay. So pass, fail, with her, something. Sorry. Okay, you'll get it all this. Let's say something like a subject is something like here. Sorry. EC001. Okay. So digital signal processing. Okay. And CGPA out of 10. Okay, so we got something like 8 CGPA. Status is pass. So likewise, if you have something like a 6 subjects and a kind of a backlog each and everything will be displayed over there. But when you'll receive this is something like a response. You're entering your hall ticket number somewhere over there in the browser. When you click on submit, if your hall ticket number is, this is very important. If your hall ticket number is correct, you will receive all the subject details with the status of each and everything. But there is other possibility also. If your hall ticket number is wrong, okay, let us say something like I have missed some digits. Otherwise, I have entered the hall ticket number wrongly. If your hall ticket number is incorrect, will you receive all the subject details and everything and all? No, it is not. You will receive in the red letters, you will receive a sentence over there. So that's, we'll call it as error messages. We'll call it as error message. So what you'll get it, please enter valid hall ticket number. This is what the message will get it. Here we need to understand 3 points here. Where you're entering all this data, like hall ticket number in the browser. If it is correct, you will receive all the subject details with the status of each and every examination paper. From where you're getting, do you think the university vice chancellor, at least your principal, at least your head of the department? Okay, so like Rajesh is typing the hall ticket number. Okay, let me send the result. Do you really think that? No, it is not. All these examination results being stored somewhere over there in the database. In the database. There are lakhs of students being over there in NIT. Right? It's not something like manually the principals, head of the department, HODs. Do you think they'll send it? Vice chancellors and chancellors and all? Do you think that is the job of theirs? No, it is not. All these results being stored somewhere over there in the database. When you enter the correct hall ticket number and click on the submit button, yes, you will receive it. Oh, very good. Very nice, very nice. So far, so good, right? But if you enter a incorrect hall ticket number, you will receive this message, error message in the red colors, in the red color letters. So please enter a valid hall ticket number. So by the way, who is doing this? So that is what called server. Server will take care of all these things. If you enter the correct hall ticket number, okay, let send the result to the browser. If you enter the hall ticket number incorrectly, right? Okay, again, the server will take care of it. Server will take care of it. So you are entering you're using the university application, that is view. We'll call it as view. Okay, let's go back to the PPT now. Okay, it might be your developer user, it might be end user. End user means the student is the end user. That is what the meaning here. Okay, so through the internet anyway, for cloud computing, so definitely you require to have a internet. Perfect. So this application server, we'll call it as controller here. Okay, this application server, we'll call it as controller. And I have mentioned here the metadata, that is what called database. That is what we'll call it as model. So model, which is used to store the data, server replicates the refers to the controller, right? The browser, which you are using for accessing the university, any application. I have just given an example for it. Right? So that is a view part. So that is view. Right? So for again, this is going to be add on the point here. Again, let me repeat once again. So Salesforce works on cloud computing concept. Salesforce supports for SaaS and PaaS. Salesforce runs on multi-tenant architecture. Salesforce follows MVC pattern, model view controller. Got it? So these are the key points you need to understand the beginning level. All right. So let's go to the next part here. So this point is very important here in a real time. So there are different environments, or we'll call it as instances also in salesforce.com. So one will call it as sandbox and one will call it as a production. So basically, what is the meaning of the sandbox and production here? So sandbox is the one where the developer or administrator or tester is going to work on. Kind of it is used by the development companies here. So sandbox is an environment or instance used by the developers and by the development companies here. So we're all developers and administrators and testers, designers, everyone, right? We are going to be all rounders. So we are going to work on the sandbox only. And production is the another environment in Salesforce, which is used by the client companies. In our yesterday's session, like, right, so we chose the example called Radisson Hotel, right? You can take anything. Okay. Here the client is who is the client here? The client is Radisson Hotels, and they approach the development company called Deloitte. So who is the development company here? Deloitte here. So if we all are working in the Deloitte for the same Radisson application, so we are using in the development company in the Deloitte here, we are using Sandbox, and the client is used by the production here. That is a final one. So we will develop the application, we'll build the application, we'll design it, we'll test it. Once everything is done, okay, so let's now deploy that particular application to the production. Right? So that is what the meaning of deployment here, moving the application from, I said, right, one environment to the another environment. Here, what is that? So developing the application from, right, sandbox to the production, we'll call it as deployment here. Okay, so we have two things here in Salesforce. In Salesforce, we have two things. There are specific applications and there are generic applications. So the specific applications, we used to call it as projects. We used to call it as project. This generic applications, we used to call it as product. So there is a huge difference between project to the product. So what is the difference between specific and generic here? For example, I have Swiggy application, right? Like Swiggy, I have multiple applications, like Zomato also have here. Okay. Why? Because what is the function of Swiggy? Same. If you want to order the food online, you can go to the Swiggy also. Like same like Swiggy, we have Zomato also. We have likewise we have Ola. So that is the online food delivery application over there in the Bombay. There are multiple. Cult Fit. Right? So these kind of applications we'll call it as products. These are not these are all we'll call it as products. Like they'll take a requirement like Swiggy, they'll implement one more application. So those kind of applications we'll call it as products. What is the meaning of project? Means specifically designed here. Am I clear? Specifically designed for only to the respect to client itself. It is not going to become this generic one. Why we are talking about the specific application, project and product here, right? That there is a specific meaning over here in Salesforce. Whatever the application you build on the sandbox and deploy to the production, we'll call them as product. Sorry, production, not, I'm sorry. We'll call them as projects here. Okay. Then what do you mean by product? Again, you're going to build the application in the sandbox. You have done all the things to design, development, like kind of writing a program, configuration, testing, everything. One thing is done, and whatever the application you've done, if you deploy to the app exchange, what is that? App exchange. We will call them as products. So what is the meaning of app exchange? What is the meaning of App Store and Play Store? Right? So app exchange, like Play Store and App Store, where you can find out multiple and different applications, right? Likewise, Salesforce having its own store, market store. For Salesforce applications only. This is not for anything. Mobile, you can find out App Store for if you're Sun Store. If you are Android, you can find out Play Store. Anyway, at the end, you can find out different applications. All business and gaming, and any application you can use it. But here, you can find out the products, Salesforce products, Salesforce applications over there, the app exchange. Let me show you that. Let me show that. Okay, I can add it here. Let me type app exchange. Okay, I'm just directly Googling itself. So this is the one app exchange where you can find out all the Salesforce applications here. But only Salesforce applications, not anything, everything here. You can find out management applications, all the things, all domains. It's been covered for all the domains and everything. We can go for collections or explore. You can go click on the explorer. Okay, so if you click on industries here, you can find out different industries over there. So you want application related with agriculture, automotive, communications, consumer, education, electronics, financial, any application you can find it out here. Even government related, everything under. So all these will comes under the part of Salesforce application, kind of a marketplace where whatever the application you require it, you can pay it. But in Play Store and App Store also you can find out free applications as well as paid applications, right? Even here all the same. You can find out free applications as well as paid applications. You download it, install in the Salesforce, and use it. That's it. Am I clear? So right. So this is about the project and product. So project is something like specifically designed for the client, technically speaking. So build the application sandbox and deploy it to the production. So those are, we'll call it as projects, which means to specifically design the application to the client. And we'll call them as products when you go for generic applications like Zomato, Swiggy, right? So these are all we'll call as generic applications. So what we do, we building the application over there in the sandbox only. It is not in the production. Production, we are not going to do anything here. We are going to build the application in the sandbox. Once the process is completed, everything, okay, so deploy to the either to the production or to the map. Name for App Exchange, so the name it's called it as App Store only, but App Store, if you want, even if you have a browser, you can check it out. Who gifted App Store to the Apple? If you know the name, you can text me over there in the chat here, where we'll check it out at the end of the session. Who gifted App Store to the Apple company? Okay, so that you check it out and tell me the name. Okay, let me know the name of it, name of him actually. Fine. So this is about environments here, like sandbox and production. Why? Because that I'm sorry. So why? Because that person is going to be the CEO of Salesforce, actually, CEO and co-founder of Salesforce. So that is the reason. Check it out. Who gifted? You can type the same question over there in the Google itself and check it out. Who gifted App Store to the Apple company? So fine. So far we learned the environments and instances also. We just covered this one also here. Okay. Yes, even this is very important here. There are different types of environments here, Salesforce environments, in sandboxes and productions. Like if you purchase something like a Netflix OTT platform or Prime or anything and all, right? Do you think all the people, they'll provide you different kind of packages to you? Kind of a silver, gold, platinum, likewise. Right? If it's something like a silver, it's a basic plan for you. If it's something like a gold, you can use three users, you can use it kind of in the mobile and the television. If you go for platinum, you can go for 4K display movies. You can watch it actually and compatible to 4 users. Four users can able to use that application. Likewise, in Salesforce also same. Even here also same we have here. So we have different types of sandboxes here. One is we'll call it as full sandbox, developer pro sandbox, developer sandbox, and pre-release one. Okay, so full sandbox means everything. You can find out everything over there. So if you want to go for only there is a developer, there is a testing team, you don't want to go for full sandbox. Salesforce is providing another sandbox, kind of a silver, platinum, gold, right? So even for testing team and integration team, integration testing and all, there is a separate package for them. Okay, so we should not use the word for package here, separate environment for them. That is a developer pro sandbox. Yes, I have a development team. Only they are working for only coding and everything, and they don't want nothing. So yes, there is a developer sandbox over there. So the other one called pre-release, kind of more level of sandbox for the pre-release testings and everything and all. So we'll go with the pre-release one. And again, production is the one where the Salesforce or where the business users used to run the business here. So that is production there. So these are the different types of sandboxes we have here, and a production. You understood this. So this is another add-on point in our session, right? Let's go to the next point here. So there are different releases here. I said right yesterday, the platform will update itself. But when the platform is not updating, so definitely you can't get more clients and all. When you don't have more clients or customers, so definitely your business will be very dull. You don't have any resources, anything and all. So that is the reason Salesforce for every year it will update. Initially, like in 2004, before 2004 and all, per year the Salesforce, the force.com platform will update for only 2 times. I'm sorry, 2005 till 2005. 2005 and 2006, right? So from 2007 onwards, you can see clearly over there. So per year, 3 times the platform will get updated. Each and every, that's we'll call it, the upgradations, we'll call it as release. Okay, the platform update, I said, right, 3 times per year. Each and every release or upgradation, they'll be designated as the seasons, with the seasons like winter season, summer season, and spring season, followed by the year. They are indicated by the same. So winter 1 release, summer 1 release, spring 1 release. Got it? So with that updates only, we are getting more number of clients. When we are getting more number of clients, you require to have the more number of resources to build the application. So that is what the stage of Salesforce.com here. Right? So generally, shortly, we'll call it as SFDC. SFDC stands for Salesforce.com. So everyone thinks it's a Salesforce development company. No, it is not. SFDC stands for Salesforce.com. Remember that actually. Right? So with this, these are the basics or very important points you need to understand at the beginning of the Salesforce, training everything under for the job-oriented course. Right? So far, what are the things we learned? Let's review one more time and let's go to the next points. Those points are okay. So again, let me write down. So Salesforce. Sorry. Works on cloud computing concept. Again, I don't want to write multiple times here. Okay, so Salesforce supports for SaaS and PaaS. So where is Salesforce supporting SaaS here? Kind of the inbuilt or standard applications related to the CRM, and PaaS, okay, where it is providing the Lightning platform. Okay, earlier we used to call the platform as, we used to call them as what? Force.com. Wow, nice. Again, Salesforce runs on the multi-tenant architecture. I hope you understood, right? So what is the meaning of multi-tenant architecture? And Salesforce follows MVC pattern. So what MVC stands for? M stands for model, V stands for view, and C stands for controller. Sorry. Okay. So Salesforce having two environments. So one will call it as sandbox, which is used by the developers. Second one will call it as production, which is used by the clients. Okay. So Salesforce having its releases. How many? 3 per year. So every release will be indicated the seasons, like summer, spring, and winter. Sorry. Right? So these are the things we'll learn it. And we'll learn different types of sandboxes. Right. So these are the basic things you require here. And we have different types of editions. You will be understanding that later, not now actually, right? So in the next session, you will be understanding that about the editions and everything and all. So fine, so far so good, I think, right? So let me pause for 5 minutes. So let check the chat. Actually, there are lots of quizzes for only 5 minutes, not more than that. Actually, Mark Benioff. Okay, very good. Thanks for your good answers. So Mark Benioff is the guy, right? So he's the CEO and co-founder of Salesforce here. So he is the one who gifted the App Store to the Apple. So that's many answers. Thank you very much for your good response. Okay. Okay, just a minute. Why the typing is not visible to everyone? I don't know. What's an issue with the Zoom app? I'm sorry, Zoom application? Just a moment, please. Let me check. Let me check. I hope it is clear now, I think. Okay. I thought if it is visible to everyone. Okay, fine, fine. Anyway, so these are the points we covered already. Anyway. So these are the essential points, beginning points. We'll learn it, what kind of architecture, kind of a technology, platform, everything. Right? So now today we'll start about the beginning stage. Okay, so we need to understand the basic vocabulary or basic building blocks. Okay, so before starting, having two different types of job roles. One is Salesforce administrator, and the second one is Salesforce developer. Okay, so one we'll call it as Salesforce administrator, and second one is Salesforce developer. So basically, Salesforce administrator will not run any kind of coding. Okay, and Salesforce developer, do you think they only write the coding and all? No, they need to work as a administrator as well as a developer also. Both skills you require here. Okay, but basically Salesforce administrators, they will work on the inbuilt tools which is given by the Salesforce on kind of automation tools, data migration related things and everything. Anyway, that you will be understanding in this 15 days. What is the job role of administrator and what is the job role of developer also, both. Right, again, so in this basically Salesforce having two modules only. Two modules. So one is something like one is administration. Second one is developmental. So as in the training purpose, I mean, this is something like there are sub modules being split out here, categorized here for understanding as per these pattern being I designed here based upon the project. If you get a project, if you get your project, so this is what the pattern we need to do in the Salesforce and all actually. Okay, so the first one is the first module, sub module called configuration. Okay, the second module is CRM applications, and the third one is Salesforce security and administration. Okay, Salesforce security and administration. In the development, we'll have the first module called basics of programming language. Next, we are going with the object-oriented programming language. And next, we'll go with the Apex programming. Okay. And the fourth one, we are going to start with Visual Force. Okay, so these are the modules we are going to cover it in our 15 days development program. Right? So today, let's start with the first module. Let's start with the first module called configuration. You'll get all these notes in the online itself. Don't worry. You can consult Chandana here. Okay, so I'll be sharing all these things, so you can get it from Chandana. All right, so today, first, let's start with the first module called configuration. So basically, what is the meaning of configuration, right? See, for example, okay, I have 2-acre site. Okay, there is a land. I want to build an apartment over there in the 2 acres. So, but what is the first thing you require it? So directly you can bring all the bricks and start building? No, it is not. You require to have something like the first important point is that the skeleton of the land, right? Kind of measurements. That's what I'm trying to say here. So in that skeleton, the measurements and everything and all, technically speaking, when you want to build an application, okay, directly I can build the application. No, it is not. Okay. The first thing is it first, what kind of application I'm going to build it. And for that application, like in a land and also how much space you are occupying for it, for parking, for empty space, for gaming zone and all. So this measurement is very required, right? No, directly can I mean, I'll get some, I mean, I'll bring all the bricks and directly I can bring, no, you can't do that. You can't build the apartments or in any individual house, something on that, right? So likewise, when you want to build an application in Salesforce here, directly you can't go there. So first you need to understand the configuration here. What's the client requirement for it? Am I clear? So that's what comes under the first module called configuration. All the real time Salesforce application, the beginning step is going to be the configuration, not the coding, not something like Visual Force pages, not for security, something or other. Am I clear? So that's what configuration is, the first primary step for building an application in Salesforce.com. In configuration, what are the things I need to require? What I'm going to do, right? So for that, we need to understand the basic building blocks. But shortly, I can write it as what? Shortly, I can write it as SMTC. Salesforce.com. The first building block is that, right? App. Shortly, as the app. Application. So what is the meaning of application? What is the meaning of application here? Like, for example, I have multiple applications over here. Like Book My Show is an application. I have an application called Swiggy. I have an application called IRCTC. I have another application called Zomato. What all these applications are doing over here? This is not an application, it's a market store, okay? So Book My Show is an application, right? So what this Book My Show is providing to the customers, to the user. So here, Book My Show is an application which is providing a service, we'll call it a service. It is providing a service of booking the online ticket application called Swiggy. So it is providing a service called, if I go to the IRCTC, so IRCTC is an application again. It is providing the online booking for the trains. We have the another called Make My Trip. So it is providing online application. Okay. So Book My Show is a Make My Trip is an application. One second. Right? Applications providing different services. I'm sorry, what is that? Anyway, no problem. Application is meaning that it is providing this. It is a set of services. It is a set of services. So this is what very important. So application, it is a set of services here. Okay. And what application consists of here? What application consists of here? Application is consists of different functionalities. Let us say something like here. If I go with something like a Book My Show here, I have different functionality here. I can book the movies in a different location. If I'm in Bangalore here, right? I can select the Bangalore. I can select whatever the movie you require it, and you can book it in different language, anything. So it is providing one of the functionality called booking the movie tickets. It is also providing the another functionality called events in the Bangalore. So you'll have events, right? Stand-up comedies, kind of singings, concerts, everything under. So likewise, it is providing different functionalities like stream, play, sports, and activities and everything at the respective location. If I'm in Hyderabad here, if I select something like Hyderabad here, so I can see the different events, different concerts, different movies, but the functionality is same one, right? So Book My Show is having different functionalities. It is providing different functionalities over here. One functionality is booking the movie tickets. One functionality is you can stream online, you can purchase it and you can stream online. One functionality is if you want to book any kind of events. Yes. Kind of play, stores and activities, all these are different functionalities. What do you call these functionalities? So application consists of different functionalities. But technically, what do you call all these functionalities? These functionalities, we'll call it as tabs. Okay? Tabs. Instead of saying functionality here, See, this is my cursor here, I think, right? If I click on movies here, it is redirected to the movies page here. It is redirected to the movies page where you can find out the different movies and the different theaters and everything. Again. If I click on events here, if I click on this events here, again you can find it is going to the events page where it is
Rajesh, your
displaying
voice
the
is not
different
clear.
content over here. If I click on this sports, it is going where it is going to display the hello. Why again the same? Am I audible now, Chandana?
Yeah, like previously it is not clear.
Okay, let me repeat the same sentence. Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Right. So if I click on, let me repeat it. Okay. So if I click on the movies here, it is going to the movies page where you can see the data related to the movies in Hyderabad. If I click on events here, it is going to the events page, events web page, right? Where it is displaying the different events in Hyderabad. If I click on something like a place like sports anywhere, anything and all, it is going to the sports page and where it is going to show me the content related to sports only. So all these are, we'll call it as tabs. We're going to define a tab. So tabs, it is a link to the another page. That is a link to the another page. So that is what the tabs here. Right. So from here onwards, like we need to question ourselves. The three things. One is what, why, and how. What is tab? What is app? Okay. What is app? It is a set of services. And what is tab? It is a link to the another page. It is a link to the another page. Perfect. Very nice. But why do you require the applications here? So we need to understand why do you require it? So why applications are required? Okay, so think that okay, it's very easy to automate everything, and also this is how we think it. Okay, that's very good. Fine, very good. See, I have the client is having a requirement. They are going to fulfill that business requirement. Let us say something like, I would like to start like a cloud kitchen over there in my region, right? I can do that. I can do that. But how you're going to provide that particular food delivered to the respective customer and all? I need to go for a kind of delivery team. You require it here. And to maintain all the customers and all, you need to require a software for it. Right? I mean, application. Okay. So here, when you want to achieve the business requirement, you require to have an application. So to achieve the business requirement, we require applications. So that is what. What is app? It is a set of services. Why do you require application? To achieve the business requirement, you require to have an application. Why? Because you want to improve your business. You want to take your business to the next level. So you require to have an application to maintain the customer data, anything, everything. Now, what is next? Why? What is tab? Tab, it is a link to the another page. Why do you require tabs? Why do you require tabs? Okay, so let me write down that one also. So even though it is providing link to another page, but basically what is that? What is tab doing here? It is showing its own individual, it's providing its functionality. If I click on movies, it is going to the other page. That's fantastic. But what is that? That we'll call it as functionality. To achieve the functionalities in in an application, you require to have tabs in the application. So to achieve the functionality in the application, what do you require it? You require to have the tabs. Right? So app consists of different tabs here. Different tab, each and every tab will provide its own functionality to the application. So that is the next basic building block. Again, still what application required here? Again, third point is that. Fine. So if I click on the tab called movies here, it is going to display the content or we'll call it as data. Can you just give me some question here, like from where, from where we are getting this data? Here the data in the mode of pictures over here. Okay. So if I go with go with this application also, you'll be understanding that. And if I go with something like events here, it is showing, it is displaying the events. Yes or no? So from where we are getting all this data? From where we are getting all this data? Database to store all this data. The kind of movies information, kind of events information, kind of sports, play, stream, everything under. You require to have what? You require to have a data storage. So in Salesforce, there is a specific technical name for storing the data, for storing the storage element. We'll call the storage element. So that is, we'll call it as S object. So as for Salesforce, it is going to be object only. Okay, but in development, there is another keyword called object. So for that, I'm going to add one more called S object. Okay, Salesforce object. Salesforce object. Salesforce object. So what is Salesforce object? What is S object or object? Okay, so it is used to store the data. It is used to store the data. In other words, we'll call it as it is a storage element. Okay, that's fine. So, like we have hard disk, right? We have hard disk, pen drives, CD, DVDs, floppy disks, all these are things, right? External hard disk, everything. So likewise, if you want to store any data in Salesforce, you require to have the S object. Why? Because S object is the one where you're going to store the data here. But here the question is that how the data is storing. Okay. So like how many people know about this Excel sheet, right? You'll have find out the columns and rows, right? Likewise, the data which you're going to store it over there in the Salesforce, right? In terms of, in the form of rows and columns. Rows and columns. So the data, you're going to store it over there, okay, in terms of rows and columns here. Let me have it here. Okay, so this is going to be the Excel sheet, right? So let's say something like we have the columns here, like employee name, okay, employee age, role name, okay, let's go with position, name. So these are different columns we have here. Okay, let's have mobile number. Okay, so I'll enter my name. So employee name is Rajesh, age is 38, position name is lead. Consultant. Okay, so my mobile number, the row also. So name colon 42, Salesforce developer, and right. So what do you call all these things? This row, this is first row, right? So this is going to be the second row, right? And this is column 1. Okay, let me go with that. This is column 2. Okay, so this position name is another row, another column here. And mobile name number is another column here. So there are different columns here. Yeah. Right, so you'll have different columns, but the row is going to be what? Different data here. And in this form only, you're going to store the data over there in Salesforce. Okay, so if you're from the background of IT, like IT and CSC and all, okay, so we'll call it as database tables. Technical. We'll call it as database tables where we are going to store the data here. Right? So why do you require S objects? Again, the question. The question comes under here. Why? Why do you require S objects in this application? Sorry, in the application. Why do you require it? Like here, if I ask the question something like, why I'm displaying the movies here, list of movies over here. If I click on movies, it is going to the another page where it is going to show me the content or data related to the movies here. Just tell me one thing. If this application Book My Show, if this particular data, if I click on movies tab here, right, it is going to store whatever the data being stored in the movies according to the location, right? It is going to display here. If I ask something like a Book My Show, if it is not displaying any kind of a data over here, then what is the purpose of Book My Show application? Is it a valid question or not? Am I clear? Right? If the data is not provided by the Book My Show, if I click on the movies tab here, or if I click on the stream or events or anywhere, if it is not properly showing up data, then what is the usage of this Book My Show application? It is not right. So that is the reason. These are this SO. Why do you require SO objects here? So These are going to be the key pillars of the application. These are going to be the key pillars of the application. So application consists of tabs and S objects too. Still what? That, okay, so I said here now, right? Data stored in a form of rows and columns, right? Even I have shown you over there in the Excel sheet also. These columns will have, here, there is a particular name, technical name for this. We are not going to call them as columns. We are not, this rows, we are not going to call them as rows here. Okay. Anyway, data is stored in a form of rows and columns. But there is a specific name for this columns and rows here. Okay. So these columns refer to the, let's go with the next one. So these columns we refer as field. Okay, these columns we'll call it as a field. So how are you going to define what is field here? So basically, field is a property. A property to whom? Property to the application, or property to the tab, or property to the SO object? It is a property associated with the SO object. It is a property associated with the SO object. What is the meaning of it? Let me go back. Let me go back to one of the applications here. Okay. Yes, this is my IRCT's application. I'm in the column. I mean, I'm a tab called book the tickets. There are multiple tabs here. Okay. Like trains, loyalties, buses, flights, hotels, holidays, meals, and everything. This is something like a field here. What is the name? Date of journey, and what type of mode of classes you're going to travel. And as a kind of a general compartment, ladies compartment, duty passes, tatkals, and every premium tatkals and everything under, you can choose this. If I click, once after providing the information, okay, it will display the trains, the list of trains and everything. Okay, so let me click on hotels here. Let me click on hotels. But if I come to the hotels here, do you think whatever the fields you found it over there in the, while booking the book my ticket here, is it the same fields are present over here? No, it is. Here the field names are different here. The fields are referred to the columns here. That's what. So where you're going to, check-in time, check-out time, and rooms and guests and everything and all. Am I clear? So all these are comes under the part of fields, the columns here. The fields are associated with the S object only. So these fields are required for the booking train ticket. These are the fields you require for booking the hotels. Will it be the same? No. The requirement is based upon the S object. Here the S object name is hotels. Here the S object name is booking the train tickets. So why do you require it? Again, the last 5 more minutes, okay? Not more than that, okay? So why do you require fields in the application? So why do you require the fields? So why? Because see, in this particular applications, like in this SO object called book my ticket, if I'm not providing any data, if I click on search, will it get the response from the citizen server? No, it is not. So to achieve the transactions in the applications, you require to have a field. That's it. So here my transaction required to provide all this information according to the field, right? So to perform any kind of a transaction, what do you require? You require to have a field over there in the respect S object. So why do you require fields? So to achieve the transactions in the business, you require to have fields. Am I clear? So fine. So let me review everything here. So we learned so far something like Salesforce works on cloud computing. Salesforce supports for SaaS and PaaS. Salesforce runs on multi-tenant architecture. Salesforce follows MVC pattern. The two environments, sandbox and production. We learn what is sandbox and what is production, and also we learn what are the different types of sandbox.
Rajesh, your voice is not clear. It's
Right,
fluctuating.
and we learn the releases and everything, and so we learn about the different roles we are going to play it over there in the Salesforce here, kind of administrator and developer, and we a good internet and everything under the share. No why it is. Just a moment, please. Am I audible now?
Yeah, now it's okay.
Chandana?
Yeah, now it's okay.
Right. So later on, so we learn about the configuration part, kind of basic buildings like what is application. So S object, why S object, what is a field, and why you require a fields in the application. So these are the things we learned so far actually. So we'll continue. Still a couple of building blocks we need to learn it here. Kind of theoretical thing. Right. So still we have some couple of basic building blocks we have here. So we'll continue that. But till today, this is what the theory required. But tomorrow onwards, it's going to be a practical day for us, everything. So far we learned like what and why, right? So tomorrow onwards, we are going to couple of minutes, we are going to concentrate about the theory, and later on we are going to work practically together, everyone. Fine. So let's stop here, and this is the time for discussion. So please let me know. Do you have any questions? And this. Any questions? Please let me know. Any technical part you didn't understand? Let me know. Still, we have 5 more minutes. We can have it. Through that link, it show related data. There is no usage of it. Any questions? Please let me know. Where can I get the? Yeah, Chandana will give you. We'll answer for this question. So where you'll get the notes and PPTs and all, I'll be sharing that. Some issues from you. So will you share this material on the Excel site? Yeah. So that's what Chandana is going to provide the materials, everything and all. Salesforce is used for engineering. sure about this prompt engineering, what it means actually. Can you please explain about the multi-tenant architecture? Go through the recording, Abhishek. Okay. Go through the recordings, go to the material. So each and every common features and exclusive features for application and all shared across for everyone. It seems more technical. Is it mandatory to pronounce technically, for example, why field to achieve the transaction? Theoretically, we'll learn here, but tomorrow onwards, if this is something like a S object, so we need to understand clearly, right? Advantages of multi-tenant architecture. Okay, features and exclusive features, right? So that is the most advantage of the multi-tenant architecture and all. I have a doubt on the types of sandboxes. Please tell some information about that. Like that's what. So if you're, see, for example, if you join in Salesforce as a developer, you're going to work on that. Let us say something like I told you, right? If it is something like a OTT platform for Netflix or any kind of Prime and all, right? Sunlive or anything and all. So they will be providing three different type of packages. So one is basic package, something like a silver. The medium level one, it is something like a diamond. If you go for the more one, you go for the platinum one. Likewise, if you're a developer, then the sandbox you'll be working on is Developer Pro Sandbox. And if you're a tester, you're going to work on the Developer Sandbox or pre-release sandbox and all. So most of the time we are unable to hear. I hope I don't know actually about this. Actually, the voice related thing. What is MVC? So again, I'm saying, right, go through all the recordings, so you'll be understanding that. Sir, is sandbox and production present in the Lightning platform? Yes, of course. Yes, of course. The platform itself will provide you both environments. One will for the developers and second with the clients. Cloud computing is different from the web development. See, that's what. See, cloud computing is a concept. Web development is a technical thing. So we are going to correlate the web development with the cloud, with the usage of cloud computing. Okay, so that's the question from Bharat Kumar. Okay. Any more questions, please let me know. In production level, Salesforce can handle millions of people at the same time. Yes, of course. That's a challenge for the production. That's we can monitor through with the production and all. Application service controller part. So what is App Exchange? Can you tell in short? App Exchange, like Play Store, App Store. If you are using Android, you can find out Play Store. Where what this Play Store and App Store will consist of different applications, right? So likewise, Salesforce having a Play Store and App Store. Even App Exchange consists of Salesforce applications. What are the skills needed for application development? So that is what we are learning in our 15 days. For learning Salesforce, you don't require any kind of a basic center. So everything you'll be learning over there in the 15 days course.
Rajesh, hope you are done.
Yes, I'm done for my side.
Okay.
Hello.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Thank you very much for joining today. So, I'm just requesting more questions from you. Okay, this is not one-side learning and also when you keep on asking some questions and all. So it is a bi-directionally learning practically more at the same time, and we are going to learn more productivity things over there practically. You're going to achieve it. Okay, so thank you very much. Have a nice day and good night. Yeah, over to you, Chandana.
Yeah, thank you. Students, I'm sharing the attendance link. Please mark your attendance if you missed out. So if any more questions, you can ask me in the chat box. So I have some queries here in the chat box. Manohar, had been absent for 2 days. Is there any effect on me? So that's okay. But from today onwards, don't miss out because 60% attendance is mandatory. as we are telling every day. So 9 days you have to mark at least. Okay. So yeah, we'll share material. Okay, through LMS. After this workshop, we will get a job as a fresher. Prakash, you need to, gain knowledge more in this. So this is the basic thing. Okay, so based on this, you can learn. Okay. Yeah, Bharat, we'll share notes. Okay. We will upload in LMS. Ma'am, where do I have to do this assignment? So we are not providing any assignments for this, but we are conducting one assessment on a last day, like day 15. Okay. So up to now, there is no assignments. Where will we be getting the certificate? In mail? Yes. In mail, you will receive it. Okay, ma'am, sir, voice is not audible fluently when session is going on time. Yeah, from tomorrow onwards, you will get a voice clearly, okay? When I get certificate. So after completion of this program, it will take 10 to 15 working days to receive your certificate. No, notes will be not received in mail. We will upload in LMS. Okay, in the dashboard, you will get it. Ma'am, do you provide internships? Yes, we have internships. So, any like that questions, you just drop an email to edel@excelo.com. I'm mentioning that email ID in the chat box. Any, you wanted to take any courses or any inquiries, just drop an email to edel@excelo.com. Okay. My team will solve your queries. From where we'll get the materials? From through LMS, you will receive materials. Okay, so please check in your LMS where we'll get certificate. So certificate you will get in a mail. Okay, not now. After completion of this program, it will take 10 to 15 days. Okay. Is it mandatory to give feedback and attendance? Yes, of course. This is mandatory thing. Ma'am, what is LMS? So LMS is Learning Management System. We explained about this on the first day. So please go through previous recordings. It is in YouTube. Okay, so there you can get. Is this internships are paid or any stipend? Yes. So I mentioned email ID in the chat box. If you have any queries regarding that, just drop an email to edel@explore.com. Okay. Training or internship available? Yes, we are providing trainings and internships. Ma'am, can I listen to the previous courses available on the XLR LMS and get the certificates? Sorry, Mansi, it's not possible because you for the certificate you have to watch live sessions, and in the live sessions we are providing an attendance link. No, you have to mark your attendance. That too, you required 60% attendance for the certificate. Otherwise, we can't able to provide certificate. Okay, by watching recording sessions, we are not providing. Yeah, if you don't have any queries, you can leave the session. Yeah. That's what Ankita, I'm telling that you just drop an email to edl@excelor.com. Okay, they will clear your queries. Like we have different internships on like courses, different courses. Okay. Ma'am, is it course certificate workable to us at future? Yeah, Prasanna, you can, keep in your resume. That will give weight. Okay. Yeah, thank you, Ramakrishna, for your compliment. Yeah. Okay, then I'm done from my side. So good to go. We'll wind up the session and we'll meet on tomorrow. Up to then, take care. Bye bye. Go and have your food. Good night, everyone.